It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah. It's Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Yeah.
A lot of stuff ended up on the cutting room floor today, and this one certainly piqued my interest. A male job application returned to a woman after nearly 50 years.
This story is quite extraordinary. She spoke to the BBC about it. She's a British woman, and she applied for a job as a motorcycle stunt rider 50 years ago. You know what shocks me is when you hear 50 years ago, I think 1940, she sent off this application in 1976. I know. Anyway, it was her dream job as a motorcycle stunt rider. And she said, I wondered why I never heard back. Now I know why. And she said, it's really weird. She's moved house about 50 times. She's moved countries 4 or 5 times, and it found her. But she said, I remember sitting in my flat in London typing the letter. Every day I looked for the post, but there was nothing there. And I was disappointed. She said, I really, really want to be a stunt rider on a motorcycle.
What did the letter actually say? Do we know?
It was a job application, and she recently received it with a note saying, late delivery by the Staines post office, found behind a drawer. 50 years late.
Yeah, I just wonder what they said, whether she got the job or
Well,
not.
I don't think that they even found it because they found her letter.
So it never made it.
It never made it. She said this didn't stop her from pursuing her daredevil instinct. She went on to perform jobs that included being a snake handler, an aerobatic pilot, and a flying instructor.
Right. Because that is curious. That's whole sliding doors life. Imagine if indeed that letter had got through and she indeed had got the job. She could have been lining up to jump 16 buses or something.
She
like
could have
that.
been Edna Knievel.
Edna Knievel and have a swathe of broken bones.
You never know. But this is classic kind of job applications where you send it off and people don't even bother getting back to you anymore.
Tell me about it. TV are the worst offenders of this.
Yeah.
You name a TV show, I have auditioned, or I don't audition, they screen test. They go, hey, come and do this. Yeah. And in the end, they want Grant Daniel or Osher Ginsburg.
Well, I'm still waiting for a callback from Simon Townsend's Wonderworld where I'd been there as a researcher and then a reporter left and he said, do you want to do it? And I said, yes, and I haven't heard back since.
Well,
that was in 83?
Yeah. I remember a show called Mondo Thingo many years ago, hosted by that lovely Amanda Keller.
On the ABC.
Whatever happened to her?
I wonder.
Anyway, they approached me and said, would you like to be Amanda's co-host on this show?
I put your name forward.
You did indeed. And you ended up going with
Steve Kinane.
Steve Kinane.
He looks like you, but worked at the ABC.
I remember being at the audition, the screen test, and we, great chemistry.
Well, we knew each other,
Yeah.
so we chatted just friendly-ish.
And then I was looking up at the monitor and they ran Steve's tape. And I went, and I thought it was me for a second. I thought I was looking at myself in the monitor. And then I realised it wasn't me. I said, hey, who's that? And they said, Steve Kinane. I said, he looks like me.
Looks like you, but had a lot of ABC-ish things to say. He's now a US, an overseas correspondent, an incredible journalist.
And me.
And you were there too.
And I said to them, I said, well, he works at the ABC already. And they went, yes. And I said, well, why don't you just give him the job?
Well, no, I wanted you to come in and, have a go.
Have a go.
And how did you go?
Well, I didn't hear back. So what would happen is I would ring the lady, Kath, I think her name was. I'd ring her and I'd say, how are we going with the Mondo Thingo thing? And she said, oh, look, I can't tell you. And I said, so it's a no. Oh, no, it's still a maybe. And I went, oh, okay. So I'll come in then. It's a yes. Oh, no. And this went on for some time.
And the show axed.
And then I ring her from time to time. Just, hey, Kath.
Still.
It's Jonesy, yeah. How are we going with Mondo Thingo?
Yeah.
Well, so I'll come in and,
Yeah.
I'll come and work there.
And look, the show was axed maybe 25 years ago, 20 years ago. Do you think you still might be in with a chance?
I could be in with a chance.
Maybe, you never know.
With that nice lady from the television.
She liked you.
Okay, kids, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow for more of Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.